Oh my God, by the way, we have laid vocals down for this track. We have laid vocals down for the track. Come on now. Like, subscribe, share this around, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. Let this rock out for another couple minutes. Matter of fact, we're about to put my song on. You know that song. If you know that song, then you know that song. It's on, baby. Come on. Yeah. Roll up. You got like 2 minutes, man.
Yeah, that's straight.
What we gonna talk about?
Yeah, 2 guns.
2 guns.
5 guns make it 7. That's a lot of guns. Yo, I got
music
so
coming
many
soon.
guns.
More music coming soon.
Hey.
They can't do it like me, yeah?
Big body Benz parked in front of the team. Lizzo bank roll, shit bust at the seams. 401k over gunplay. Your homies still saying we gon' make it one day. They say Mike P, we thinking of you and I don't count on my beat. Afraid of numbers, my beat. They say they love us, but I gotta make it this winter. I feel stuck in the snow. Drop something, I feel inclined to duck and roll. Keep it a stack, y'all average as fuck. Small change get invested over matching a blunt. Burrowed in, y'all been inactive for months. But stats getting stuffed in the same bag I had stashed in the trunk.
New
I would
Mike
roll a
P.
spliff with an eighth on a mystical tape.
It's actually old.
Better the same work that got fish on the plate. I had pounds down in the safe I couldn't get to for days. And
Scott, what up, Scott, what
I
up?
used when I ain't finished the cake was in the suburb pitching. Unearned business, couldn't claim on your taxes, but some earn interest. Ask me if I'm the GOAT, I got a one-word sentence. Most never sat with the kings, but some herbs did it, some herbs didn't. I'm not the one to make choices, actually. I'm forever indebted to all the people that's backing me. All that kept it a stack with me, I'll keep it a stack. I get to you when I get to you, keep it at that.
Gin and tonics had me extra honest. I told my bitch I never loved her, it was just a timing. You was never throwing bullets, you was just a lineman.
I'm always worried, Caleb. I mean, I need to see it. I need to see it. We need to see it. I don't even think I turned my camera on. Hold on.
I'm catching bodies like a mosh pit. Now who you trying to rap with me? Like Rap City, I live in the basement. You niggas sound like Rap City. I hear the bitch in you. Only thing we got in common is our skin issues. Niggas know.
Appreciate you, Dino. Appreciate you.
Oh my
God, I'm starting another.
We all dudes,
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
I look like Keenan, but I'm really beaming. I was quarterback and played when you was passing regents. Yo, is y'all really rapping or you bad at reading? I mean, is niggas really legends or they bad at leaving? I'm trying to get my mama Benz and my dad a Lincoln. Navigating through the drama just to have an evening. Niggas biting on my style when they barely teething. Submerging in my flow, my man, just let it seep in. Look, real nigga shit, I want the membership. My man doing 8 and I'm working 10.
This is gonna be a good one. Oh man, this is gonna be a really interesting recap.
Yeah.
Recap or whatever you want to call it. We got 111 in here. I'll wait till we get to 10,000 before I really start talking.
25 mark the share of jerseys everywhere.
Hope you guys have enjoyed your night. Hope you guys are having a wonderful start to the weekend. Happy Saturday. Sunday's just rolling around the corner.
No. Come out here.
Oh my God. Yo, that guy with the assault rifle, bro, that guy with the assault rifle is just OD. My Lord. My Lord. What's poppin', everybody? How we doing? Reese was prepping. Unbelievable how much better this was than summer. Oh, listen. We're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to talk about it. If you guys know me, if you've been watching me do my little caffeine thing for the 3 years that I was doing, and as we're, we made the smooth transition into YouTube, it's just been awesome. You guys are awesome. If you know me, you know we recap battles, not just by, trying to go round for round who I think won. I like to talk about the important stuff, what I feel really stood out. And, for me, stories make everything. Good battles also as well. But we had a lot of good stories today. Max Out 3, very fire. If I were to start out, I think the dope part about it, I like that they almost have like a prelim. For me, it's kind of like a UFC pay-per-view, right? You cop a pay-per-view for UFC. If you want to watch the prelims, you can, and that's no disrespect to anybody that was on like what RBE considered like the prelim card, like the XL battle, and there's maybe like 3 or 4 they had. The XL, Death the Kids, Zay and Savvy, Riggs and Slash, Venom and Breed. I liked how they kind of did it. It's almost like, how you always want a battle rapper to write up, the card kind of did the same. And it was good, man. I kind of breezed through it. I was in and out. I really didn't sit down and watch every single battle. What I could really get to, I saw Riggs and Slash. I saw some of XL and Death. A little bit of Black Diamond and RX, a little bit of Head Ice and Show Off, and then for me, I paid full attention to the last 5 battles of the card, starting from B Magic Secret Battle, all the way up to Cal Goodz, Young Ill, Bigg K, Verb, Ward, and Hitman Holla. So I liked the prelim like aspect of it. I know I heard Gon caught a body, man. I heard Gon caught a body. Yeah, I saw that. What was it against Survey Spivak? Who did B Magic battle? I'm losing. I'm having a real senior moment. I'm having a moment because it's not on the card. You know what I'm saying? It's not on the name of the card. And it was such a good fucking battle. Who did B Magic fucking battle? Jesus Christ. Somebody help me out. Riggs Marijuana Bar was fire. Yeah, so I tweeted about it. Riggs seems to have really dope battles every time I've seen him for a while now. Like I feel like Riggs has been putting on crazy. Yes, it was Ars. Oh my God. Okay. So the first thing that stood out to me was the prelim aspect of the pay-per-view. I like how it came up from like the prelims to the main cards. And there's something that really stuck out. And it started with B Magic and Arsonal. First of all, B Magic and Arsonal was a battle that, listen, man, I know you guys don't like to throw the C words out, but I feel like something really crazy happened with this card. I feel like we possibly have maybe 3 or 4 of those C word battles. And I think it started at B Magic and Arsonal. B Magic and Arsonal was amazing. It was short, it was sweet, and it was 6 rounds, which is something that, it's really hard to get one battle where all 6 rounds, 3 from one person, 3 from the other, are all fire. It's really hard to get a battle like that. Usually, and I think you just saw it in Summer Madness, right? Like what made Summer Madness a good card was actually the fact that when there was one person that was not performing, there was another that was overly performing, right? So I gave Summer Madness a 7.5, I believe, and for that reason, sometimes you know, you get a bad performance and then you get a decent performance, no replay value, no nothing like that. But what made Summer Madness good was that where that 50% was nowhere to be found, someone overly performed. Where Suge wasn't there, Fonz had a career performance. Where Disaster was a little off, Sick had a great performance. Same thing with even Twerk and Hollow was a good battle. Then you had like a good battle between Rum and Ace. And then there was another couple battles like DNA where DNA wasn't there. Jerry had a good, but you know what I'm saying? But the replay value is hard to get because it's hard to get when only 50% of it, you know, actually shows up and goes crazy, right? B Magic and Arsonal starts off. It is short rounds. Obviously, I would imagine it's short rounds because it's probably short prep time. B Magic, if you haven't been paying attention, is having an incredible year. I don't know if you've been watching B Magic lately. And, you know, this is the first story, I guess, that really stands out to me. Like, it feels good to, as somebody that's been watching this for as long as I've been watching it, it feels good when someone like B Magic shows up and is not only vintage, but effective in the right ways, right? You're not shaking your head and you're not, you know, enjoying it because it's B Magic and, oh, look, he's still got it. You're actually enjoying it because B Magic is performing at a high level against high level competition and having great performances. B Magic has been having great performances all year. This is an incredible performance from B Magic. It literally feels good. It put a smile on my face to see B Magic just going absolutely off for 3 rounds. It was just incredible to watch. And then Arsonal, you get another 3 rounds. Now this story is going to continue because they're good. This battle started a pattern for Max Out. And when it needed to, this is the most important part. It became a pattern when it needed to, right? When it got to the main card and things started getting crazy, we got a crazy pattern here. And the pattern is fire rounds. So Arsonal brings 3 rounds as well. Another person that's just good to see rap at a high level. I hate when Arsonal, you know, either fucks up or doesn't care. He put his all into it. And then also when you have a room like the Blue Room and like other things like the Blue Room, intimate settings, right? When you got a big stage, man, you know, it gets tough. It gets dicey, right? Small rooms are very intimate. It's very personal. You feel engaged no matter what position you are in the room. So I think that is also a theme for how successful tonight was, right? It's just the better environment, right? I don't know how you want to go with that as far as who I thought won. I feel like B Magic took the first 2 or maybe 1 and 3. I mean, this isn't something, I don't want to get crazy specific. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I don't remember everything that just happened. So it's really hard for me to be like, I feel like the first round and with some battles, right? And with Magic and Ars, I just felt like both of them were completely maxed out. If you want to, no pun intended, if you want to give Magic the win, I personally gave Magic the win. If you want to give Arsonal the win, it just doesn't matter. C word. I'm going to use the C word. I thought that was a classic battle. For everything that you could possibly put into what seemed like 2-minute rounds, on both ends, 6 straight rounds of fire, you know, I would say that's a classic. Small room classic, less time limit classic, like whatever you want to call it. That was something classic, man. It hit the feels, you know. Felt good to see both of them perform. And then we got onto Calicoe and Goodz. Okay, now here's the theme that we're going to talk about because I really think it went till the end of the night, which is a little wild. Actually, I would say maybe, you know, we'll get into it. Calicoe versus Goodz. Calicoe versus Goodz is yet again another, like Magic, like Arsonal, where both of their styles are completely at capacity. Goodz seems like he wants to be in there. He has he's not as slick and smooth as he usually was, but I guess that's a response to him listening to what his fans have been telling him and what they wanted him to do and what he said that, you know, they wanted me to be like this, and he was like this, and it didn't seem forced. We got an aggressive Goodz that doesn't try to, you know, just talk money and talk business and hope that the fans and the crowd are more lenient and will just rock with the money talk. But he actually would come over the head, right? He would talk money, and then he would throw a gun bar in there. He'd talk money, and then he would throw a haymaker in there. He would punch him up a bit. Calicoe, man, let me tell you something, dude. Calicoe I feel like over the last couple years, right? I feel like if we were having the GOAT conversation, and don't get crazy on me, hear me out. When I think about the GOAT conversation, first of all, battle rap on camera really isn't even like 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about the GOAT conversation, there's a few people that over the last 4 or 5 years have really pulled away. Tay-Rock is one of them. And for me, it comes with inactivity, right? I feel like, 6 or 7 years ago, it was easy to call Lux the GOAT. It was easy to call Hollow or Mook the GOAT. And then as kind of like they became as inactive as they have, and then you stack up all the battles that Rock has, there's a couple people from that older generation that have pulled away. I look at Calicoe as one of them. Calicoe's been doing this for a while. And I think the more years go by and the more active the Calicoe is, I think he becomes closer to having that conversation as one of the GOATs, because I truly feel like when it's time to really have that conversation, the sheer amount of battles are going to play a big part in it, right? Calicoe was incredible, man. I thought I had him 1 and 2, but this is another battle like B Magic and Arsonal, and here's the pattern that I'm going to point out. I don't know if you caught on to it yet. 6 rounds of fire. I mean, the biggest hat I could possibly tip to Calicoe, getting the crowd back after having huge record scratch moments in his first and his second and the top of the third as well. People, security kicking someone out and ruining. That is a huge, bro. That could alter a round so fast. That could alter a round so fast. That could take the mood out of the building so fucking fast. If you ever want to question if it's just about rap, pay attention to a moment like that, right? Where when the security guard bumps in and there's an awkward pause, when people get back to that and it's not as effective and their bars are just as good and they have just as good writing, but the crowd doesn't seem into it, you could see, you know what I'm saying? You could see where there are huge elements that play a part. Battle rap is like golf, bruh. Battle rap is a lot like golf, man. I know that's the widest I know that that's the widest thing I could have possibly said. I know Sue Surf has basketball. Some people have baseball. I just heard someone have a hockey reference. I think battle rap is a lot like golf. You could have a great swing. You could know how to hit those balls. You could hit it out of the sand. You could hit it out of the grass. You could slice it and you could dice it there. But at the end of the day, it might be thundering out and you have no idea until you get there. There are outside elements that play a part in golf, and there are outside elements that play a part in battle rap. It is not just how well you rap. I think Cal was incredible. Goodz was incredible. And do I throw the C word out? Because I'm going to say this is one thing that this is one thing that Max Out had over Summer Madness and had over the last couple of cards, and that is possible classic battles and another 6 rounds of really good shit. Cal and Goodz, all 3 rounds. I can't see where you could point to one of their rounds and went, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good round. That wasn't a good round. Cal and Goodz, another possible C word. I mean, I know how you guys are. It's okay. Possible C word. SJ, thank you for the 5. I know you saw what was going on in there. Mikey, we need you in the blue room. You'd kill. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. Man. Cal and Goodz, I think I gave Cal the first 2. I mean, like I said, bro, when you get high level shit from both people, and then also like crowd participation, man, you shouldn't have to feel like you're fighting with crowds. I think the more excited and the better the environment is, I think the crowds are better, man. And can we point something out before we get to Young Ill and Bigg K? Can we point something out? This reminded me a lot of when I watch UFC pay-per-views. Battles came out, battles ended, and every single battle, you had about 3 to 5 minutes, I would say, maybe 10 minutes, and they got right to it. They got right to it. When a UFC fight ends, or if you're watching like one championship, or even boxing, right? Like there's just a time limit. When someone gets knocked out and they raise the hand, there's only an X amount of time, and then they get straight on to the next fight. So it seemed like they were very, like their pace was really good. I felt like they ran through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 battles in about 8 hours is really good. So I felt like they had a really good pace to it as well. And then Cal and Goodz. So can we keep the pattern going with the rounds? Young Ill and Bigg K. I'm not going to lie. I paid attention to the first. I had to walk away from the second. I know there was a few people that were asking me, Reezy, thank you for the 5, man. Young Ill, second and third. This is going to be where I apologize. I've been all over the place this entire day. So I caught the first round from Ill and Bigg K, which I give K the first. I did not catch the second from Ill and K. I heard, I think by the time I came in, Ill was turning up. It seemed like Ill was at least ending the round really good. And then I enjoyed the third from Ill, and then I felt like Bigg K closed it out. I only saw the first and the third in its entirety, and I gave the first and the third to Bigg K. Bigg K is, a legend walking right now. He's just, he's doing incredible things, and where you could point to, if there's somebody that doesn't like him beating Mook because you think Mook is washed and you're like, oh no, he needs to face someone from this era. He recently beat Ward, and Ward is from this era. Ward is, one of the better artists in the game. And I thought he walked through him, and then he walked through Mook, and then he walks through, I thought he had a dope battle versus Rex. Rex was doing his thing on GTX, but I thought K walked away with that clear. I just, what K's doing is incredible. And, we are on path, right? We have Easy and Geechee coming up. If Easy beats Geechee, this is it, right? This is it. Right, Easy's on the run that he's been on for as long as he's been on it. Bigg K is on the run that he's been on with incredible material. I think that's where it ends, right? This year has to end. It's almost perfectly lined up as well. Easy and Geechee are facing each other in the next couple weeks. And then that gives all the time. That gives October, November, and December to give a league, somebody that could snatch this up and put Easy and Bigg K. I feel like the conversation is, I feel like it's common sense. I feel like they're both kind of pulling away from just about everybody this year. And, it looks like that's a good lineup, right? Easy beats Geechee, and we're looking at a battle between him and K for champion of the year. Great performance from Bigg K, man. I saw Ill Will doing his thing. His first was all right. It seemed like he was turning up in the second. I didn't watch the second in its entirety. If you guys are saying K30, I completely understand. I saw the first and the third, and it just seemed incredible, right? A Verb versus A Ward. Oh man, this might be a little drawn out. Hold on one second. A Ward versus A Verb. It's almost a tongue twister. No J2. I don't know what I want to talk about first. You know what? Actually, I do. All right. Before we even get into this battle, first of all, do we throw the C word out again? Are we about to talk about the fact that Max Out 3 possibly has 3 classic battles in one event? Very hard to do. But before we throw that C word out, and before I go to who I thought won, these are the things that stood out to me. One of the things that stood out to me started yesterday. Yesterday, while I'm chilling in the garage, enjoying myself, working on the, pause if you need to, working on my rounds for Grozenberg Skroka. And I went, holy shit, I cannot wait for Verb and Ward. That's when it first started. Maybe a week ago as well. When Verb's space rant started at, all right, this is 3 days in a row he's talking about Ward. Oh my God, he's been talking about him for a week. And then, Verb kind of starts to come into his own on these spaces. And while they start out as rants, and while there's some things that I don't agree with and others might not agree with, you are seeing somebody that's doing something pretty unprecedented. I felt like every single day was like a therapy session for Verb, and a lot of people got to see his psyche and really figure him out, whether you liked it or you didn't. But it came to a point where he wasn't just talking about Ward anymore, and he was saying a lot of real shit. And then today rolls around and I'm thinking the same thing. I'm smiling and I'm saying, I cannot wait for this Verb battle. I'm watching the Riggs and the other guy. I'm watching them battle and I'm getting hype because I'm thinking about the Verb and Ward battle. While Ward went back and forth with him, obviously shout out to my man Ward. Obviously what Verb was doing was unprecedented, but it sold the ticket for me. Sold it to me. That was the main event to me. And my God, did he talk the talk and he walked that fucking walk. Verb tonight, one of the best Verbs I've seen in so long. One of the things that I preach to everybody, and it's a really hard thing to do. It is really hard. It is really difficult to swim through crowd reaction and really judge the bar for yourself, because sometimes you are moved and swayed in real time and you don't have time to really process what is said sometimes, and it gets drowned out. He brought a lot of people in St. Louis, but let me tell you something. I was sitting there and I was listening. Verb, as much as he gets clowned on, as much as people have certain things to say about his style, there was, I couldn't find the filler. I was trying to, I couldn't. That was an extremely surgical Verb. Ward as well. Extremely surgical. I think the pressure makes diamonds. You can't back someone into a corner that does this. When someone really is built for something, they don't fold under pressure. They do not move. They don't budge. You are built for it, right? If anything, it adds fuel to a fire that will burn you if you play with it. If you play around with it, you will get burned, right? Ward comes out. I mean, bro, like absolutely snapping. Now, let's judge this battle. Let's judge this battle, man. There are when you have like a classic battle and you have people at a high level that are going absolutely insane at each other, right? It's hard naturally to judge the rounds, right? And this is a first watch. Okay? A first watch, when something is as close as it is, like Verb and Ward, you have to make petty separations, right? You have to make petty separations. When both of them threw 100 punches and one landed 48 and the other landed 53, you have to go to minute details that can be your reasoning for pulling away. So as a judge, if I were to sit there and judge it, the first round I give to Verb. The only reason why I give it to him on first watch, right, is because they were neck and neck until I feel like maybe the last 12 bars of Ward. I felt like the last 12 bars, the last 8 to 12 bars kind of teetered off. And while Verb kind of just went straight through and never looked back, it seemed like towards the end of the round, it was a little too less. It wasn't enough. I feel like the last few punch attempts from Ward didn't live up to what he was doing the entire time. So while you get two crazy rounds in the first, I felt like that's the only separation, bro. The only separation. Once again, first watch. Reezy, thank you for the 2 again, man. Mike P versus Verb. Mike, you sound like you're about to start hating. Let me tell you something. If you think that I am about to hate on Ward, you don't know my relationship with Ward. I'm actually sad that I'm saying this because I think I don't want Ward to hate me. I have Verb taking the second as well. I had him taking this battle. Once again, please don't go crazy. This is a close battle. And once again, minute details that for me made the separation for the first 2 rounds. I had Ward taking the third, And I had Verb taking the first two, man. I had Verb taking the first two on first watch. Ladies and gentlemen, if you realize, bro, I'm telling you, watch battles back, you might have completely different views. Go to hell, Mike. I know Ward is literally my boy. Ward is literally my boy, but I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And second watch might roll around, and you know what? Maybe I'll look at the last few bars from Ward in the first, and I go, actually, that was fire, and maybe the crowd didn't react, and maybe it was better than I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about how much you get swayed by the crowd. For me, the pettiness to make that separation in the first round was the crowd, was Ward not having the venue for that last few bars that you really want to use to take it home, right? You really want to use to take it home. So while they might be fire, I just thought Verb went 100%, and then there was like 99.5 from Ward. You know what I'm saying? And all that was the reaction that he didn't get, and it just kind of fizzled out. Towards the first. And I gave Verb the second as well, and I thought, once again, razor close shit, but there were minute details and little things that I felt like made that separation, man. I'm only giving you my judge. Guys, these are hard battles to debate. If you think that Verb took it clearly, I think that's difficult to say. I think it's difficult to say that Ward took it clearly as well. Dude, these are razor thin battles, man. Razor thin battles. And did we catch on to the pattern, right? Maybe not from Young Ill, certainly from Bigg K, but we had 6 great rounds with B Magic and Ars. We had 6 great rounds from Calicoe and Goodz, and we had 6 great rounds from Verb and Ward. Does anybody agree with me on that? That there were a lot of perfect battles from a straight up, like, nobody taking their foot off the gas. And once again, the crowd not taking their foot off the gas as well. The crowd just going in absolutely every single time, ready to react and reacting accordingly at the same time. SJ, thank you for the 5, man. I had a Ward 2-1. He was doing too much. Most of the rebuttals were fire. I mean, the rebuttals were absolutely incredible. I edged Ward the first and the third. Like, I mean, dude, listen, bro, I'm just saying first watch, and I do not think it was clear at all. I do not think that battle was clear at all, but it's just one of those battles where the story beats the result. Guys, I swear to God, if you put that perspective on battles, man, you're going to enjoy this culture and community and events a lot more, bro. The story beats the result. Verb was unbelievable. Verb was unbelievable. I think with how harsh he was with going back and forth with Ward was unbelievable. Verb was unbelievable. I think with all the beef and all the bullshit, it's going to be really hard verdicts on both sides, but I would like to meet in the middle, man. They were both fucking incredible, and the story for me beats the result. If you say 2-1 for any of them, I completely get it. I don't think you could build a case for a 3-0 on anyone's side, but you could build a case for both of them. You could build a case for both of them. Breezy, thank you for the 2, man. They both won. Best battle in a while. Absolutely. Pat, man, thank you for the 5. From my view, Ward got the second. Edge with the freeze in between his round. I mean, yeah, incredible shit. Just that little bit of extra got it for him. Right. And I mean, dude, I think on the watch back, it might be different. On the watch back, maybe I didn't pay attention. Guys, like, Ward is my boy, bro. Ward is my boy. I'm just saying, off the first watch, I feel like Verb took the first 2 by the skin of his teeth, and once again, I like, by petty things that's used to separate it. When it's a high level battle, man, it's very tough to call, right? Very tough to call. I thought that was the main event, man. That was the main event to me. Verb, Verb, the complete package, and everything he did before, and everything he did, in the face-off, the day of, and all of this, man. That was a very historic press run. Very historic press run from Mike P. From Verb, man. historic press run to do what he did. And like I said, man, it started out as annoying. He did things I didn't agree with, you know, talking about Ward's mom, but then it just became like a therapy session every day, and it just seemed like it just became more and more entertaining. And he walked the fucking walk. He walked the shit out of it. When can somebody point out, when is the last time you have seen Verb like that? You know, one thing that bothered me with Verb for the last few years, the energy he has in his own slogan, man. That was one of the, if I ever locked horns with him, that would have been one of the biggest things I would have mentioned, bro, because he would do, fuck the preview, so that he'd put his head down and just let people, you know what I'm saying? Just the fact that he wanted to do it and looked like he wanted to do it, man. Goodz, another, like looking, really turning the clock back, man. Goodz turned the clock back crazy. He was looking like he had a point to prove. Goodz was rapping like he had a point to prove. Verb rapping like he hasn't been here for 15 years, man. I mean, incredible shit, dude. Incredible shit. Can we throw that C word around? Are we 3 C words in with Max Out 3? Are we 3 C words in? Jake, appreciate the 10, man. Bigg K 3-0, Ward 2-1, the fans in the culture 3-0, man. I mean, yeah, dude. We're gonna have to bring this card back. 2-1 clear for this card. Definitely, absolutely. I would definitely do that. I would do that in a second. Wow, man. Be Magic, bro. Man, that's one of my best. I mean, Be Magic might be performance of the night to me. And then we had Hitman and Ill Will. Let's cover Hitman and Ill Will before we point out a few more things, and then I'll talk to you guys in the chat. Hitman and Ill Will was good. I don't want to catch myself bullshitting because sometimes this happens, man. I watch a battle event for so long. There's times where I'm sitting there and I'm watching and then I just completely forget what happened. All I know was I think it was pretty clear that we were 1-1 going into the third. I felt like while Hitman, and I said this before, I said this when I did the predictions for Max Out 3 a couple weeks ago. I said that, you know, as battle rap has progressed, I feel like Hitman, his performance, what made his performance pop so well on the big stage, I felt like was the leniency to non-layered, crazy, intricate material, because back then there wasn't really intricate material. So I feel like you could lean on your bread and butter more back then, and I think performance was something you could just get away with. I feel like MMA is kind of the same thing. Like, you know, you see MMA fighters that have been fighting for 10, 15 years, and you see them fight now and they have the same stance and they throw the same punches and they hook their shots in ways that just aren't effective anymore. I felt like this small room was going to help Hitman, because in a big stage, you actually need more now. You can't just get away with being a good performer. You can't get away with just spinning and dancing and having some fun, performance stuff. You have to do more. So I feel like when you confine Hitman into a small room, I feel like his rap is underrated, and it's gonna show a little more. The light is gonna be shined on Hitman's ability to rap more, it being in a small room, and I felt like that did, man. I felt like it did. I think he came out swinging in the first, but I feel like Ill Will dominated that first round, man. I feel like Ill Will was all over him. Will's good, man. He reminds me of me, man. Will reminds me of me. He goes into these really good tangents that I don't go into often, but he has a really dope way of styling. He's really different, man. And I think that's one thing that points out. I think that's one thing that really stands out in 2023. You really get a lot of people that if you walk away, you could walk 10 feet away from a screen as a battle card is going on, and you could hear somebody, not know who they are, but they sound like everyone. I'm going to keep it real, man. I feel like there's times where if you walked away from a battle card and you just hear, hey, no, steal, no. When I run up in the screen and get the steal, no. When I flip it, you could be like, that could be anybody. You know, you hear Ill Will rapping 15 feet away, you know it's Ill Will. You know it's Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he dominated the first round. I thought he dominated the first round. And I felt like the second went his way. I felt like the second way went Hitman's way. I mean, nostalgic but effective, talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the 5. Reese, great event, well worth the pay-per-view and the door price. Yeah, absolutely. And yes, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member if you'd like, join the Hadouken or the Ryu Knit, and support the channel, man. I really appreciate y'all with these super chats coming in, and we got almost 400 people in here. Guys, this transition from caffeine to YouTube has been incredible, man. We also got some people on the podcast. I'm gonna hope to get a few people from Max Out tonight on the podcast this week, so I could get them on. Black, thank you for the 5. 3 classics, brethren. Max Out 3 was full of great performances. Yeah, I mean, full of great performances. Do we get into the rating? By the way, Ill Will 2-1. I thought he closed it down. Here's the thing, right? Ill Will slipped up in the 3rd, okay? When Ill Will slipped up in the 3rd, it was a little early, and I put out on Twitter that Ill Will has just opened up the doors for Hitman to take the 3rd, right? Two things happened, right? 2 things happened after Will slipped up. Clearly was trying to remember his stuff. You know how it's funny because when battle rappers try to get the material back, they play it off, and it is always so easy to read. You know what I'm saying? Like Ill Will tried to kind of like fake the funk, but you could tell that he obviously had material that he was trying to remember, ran it back, I believe, or just had like a pause that kind of made the crowd murmur a little bit. And I said he opened the roundup, right? 2 things happened, right? Will, after that, has 3 to 4 minutes of insane fucking material. The bucket hat prop, like, absolutely going crazy. Wild material makes me forget that he slipped up, right? It's still, if I'm a judge, man, if you fuck up, that's a huge record scratch in your round, man. In your round, right? Hitman does the same. Hitman does the same, and I don't think he was that good in the 3rd. I just have to say, they both did the same thing. They both fucked up. I'm not going to compare. I'm not going to make it a pissing contest. You fuck up, you fuck up. I wouldn't call it a choke. I'd call them 2 big hiccups, gulps. You know what I'm saying? Couple of gulps. But once a great battle. I'm not going to call it a classic. Because it had its moments. And once again, I don't think that's a term that you throw loosely. But when it comes to A Verb and A Ward, Cal and Goodz, and Magic and Arsonal, I think we just watched a night with 3 classic battles. And if we're going from the main card, right? Black Diamond and RX up, even though Head Ice and Show Off was like, all right. If we're talking about the last 5 battles being the most important battles, the times of the show, the prelims, the intermissions, the keys to victory. I mean, guys, can I say this? Can I say this once, okay? I offered this to URL. I came up with this idea for URL. ARP, Easy to Block Captain, any league owner, Geechee Gotti. I know you don't listen to me. Hey, I mean, the crowd wasn't listening to me when I was talking to you. Keys to victory were amazing. That's amazing to see. It's different. It just keeps up with other things that are supposed to just really, really fire things. The intermissions were good. Rosenberg, guys, don't like him. He wasn't good today. Rosenberg just ruined it. Am I right? I don't like the fact that while I have a surging YouTube, my next opponent next week just decides to make a fucking YouTube. And, oh, is he about to pass me in subscribers after 2.5 weeks when I've been doing this for 7 months? Oh, Rosenberg, you're such a great analyst. Well, you know, Rosenberg really knows what he's talking about. Wow, Rosenberg, he raps and he commentates. What a multi-talented star. Of course you'd be doing this to me, huh? We're a fucking week out. We're a week out, and my opponent has to be like the best. He's just so cool. Hitman running up to him in the face up. I'll really... Isn't Rosenberg so funny? I bet you're really looking forward to his performance next week, huh? Nine 2, Max Out 3. I'm gonna keep it Dave Portnoy style. I'm giving it a 9-2. The crust was thin and crispy. The cheese was perfect balance of mozzarella and parmesan. The tomato sauce was great. It kept it didn't flop. It kept the crust. The crust kept. 3 potential classic battles, lots of potential classic moments, replay value out the wazoo. I mean, you're just not gonna get. You're not gonna get a you know, if you're not putting this in the 9 range. I don't know what else a card needs to be, man. I don't know what if you're looking at this card tonight and you're saying that this isn't in the 9 range. I don't know what cards could possibly be there. I don't know. I say 9 too. I mean, crazy. I mean, Hitman and Ill Will, you know, great battle, man. They close it out on some insane shit. You know, you're looking at some crazy ratings. You're looking at some crazy ratings. I'm going 9-2. I mean, guys, don't expect a better card. I mean, dude, fucking I mean, you know, you could pick apart the lower battles, but you got to look at that as what they displayed it as, right? Prelims, right? But if you're talking about the main event, I mean, the last 5 battles, bro. I mean, just absolutely delivered on the biggest level. And you could tell that a card is good when the crowd is still there. Also, when you're keeping that pace, right? Battle ends 5 minutes, next battle. Battle ends 7 minutes, next battle. Battle ends 3 minutes, next battle, right? Keeping it going, doing what they're supposed to do, right? Having a theme to when a battle ends. You don't have to worry if it's going to take 17 minutes. 20 minutes, 5 minutes, you know, you have time to go in, get some, you know, some kaputs from the Meshuggah, do what you got to do, and then get back, right? The keys to victory, the intermissions, everything, you know, the commentators besides Rosenberg, Raw, am I right? Incredible card. Amazing card. Man, Bigg K is just Bigg K's on a wow run, man. Dre Biz, thank you for the 5, man. Appreciate it. How's it going? It's going good, dude. It's going good. That was a really good card. Really good weekend. Really good night for battle rap. Yeah, dope shit, man. If this has another URL event, I would still have another 4 hours left for 3 more. Yeah, I mean, guys, you're talking 11. Listen, 11 battles in around like 7 hours is really good. Jake, man, thank you for the 5, dude. Really appreciate it. The Blue Room seems to bring out the best in everyone. Salute to RB for putting out some fire events. Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, intimate settings, man, small room settings. You got to look at like some of the volumes too. Intimate settings tend to bring out the best in both worlds, right? The best on the artist and the best in the crowd. I mean, you don't have that, like, I don't know, bro. I don't know if this makes sense, but like, you don't have that feeling of being like crazy bravado, like getting on stage and feeling like you have to look like the shit and act like the shit. Sometimes it comes off arrogant. I liked how hungry legendary battlers seemed. It's wild to see Goodz doing it as long as he's been doing it, and rapping like he's in the fucking crucible. You know what I'm saying? Like screaming, I'm trying to rap, you know what I'm saying? Like showing aggression, being like trying to pack him up, you know what I'm saying? Getting that from Cal, getting that from Verb, like, bro, it was just crazy, dude. Jay, man, what up? Hope you're doing good, brother. Really good battles, dude. Did anyone catch the like the under battles too? I heard XL went off. I heard XL did a good thing. Bro. Sometimes I just vomit words and they just like, I heard XL did a good thing. I heard XL was really fire. I caught like the I was like in and out between watching Riggs and J Slash. I would come to the stream room and then I'd go back and then I'd leave and then I'd go back. I didn't get to see K Venom and Jay Breed. Didn't get to see Zay and Savvy. I saw a little bit from RX and Black Diamond, and then Head Ice and Show Off. I probably saw like 2 rounds from, something like that. What a crazy event, though, man. I gotta watch it back for sure. I gotta watch it back. Come bring soup. Getting sick. Oh no. Yeah, Riggs was going crazy, man. Riggs was going crazy. Oh, you just trying to get your old belt. I'm trying to get a belt from Jay Black. Rocky, I mean, dude, Bigg K was going crazy. Oh my God, Bigg K was going crazy, like absolutely bananas, man. Absolutely bananas. You know, like not taking the foot off the gas whatsoever, bruh. Whatsoever, man. Ice is funny. I don't know. I left at a really zesty part during the show off and the head ice battle. Like I saw the first round, and then I went out to get something to eat in the kitchen, and then I came back and people were talking about some lemon lime, some tahine on the mango with some chamoy for ya boy. What the hell happened? The security guard. Oh my, yo, was that the Green Ranger? Was that guy that got pushed into his second round? The guy that got pushed into his next round, was that Green Ranger? Is that the guy that was like test your might to who's the guy? Gefilte fish or piranha, whatever his name was. He pushed Gefilte, right? He's the one that pushed Gefilte fish across the street. That was Green Ranger? It looked like he had something green in his hair. Oh, Chino Savvy, of course. Okay. All right, so that wasn't the Green Ranger. Yo, that guy sounds a lot like Souffleur Soul. Chino Souffleur. My lord, bro, that guy sounds exactly like Souffleur Soul. I'm fucking sweating, dude. I am sweating. The fucking Skull Crusher. The 40 Glock. A non-stretcher under my pressure. I'm not the Green Ranger. I'm Chino Savvy, hater. Souffleur Soul, air hole. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know those 4-word lines? Me neither. Peacekeeper. That guy got pushed into fucking December. My lord. Chino sounds like T-Tap. Clean map. Air hole. Mike, you already know, man. You already know what it is, man. Oh, my daughter's on the toilet again. My girl ain't even 2.5. She's pooping on the toilet already. So ridiculous, yeah. Oh my God, it's too much grit. You shit. Souffleur Soul has a rare mole. Oh my God, dude. What a crazy event, huh? Guys, hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 8,000 subscribers. Really amazing stuff. I mean, we're at 7,960. We're close. We're close. Please hit that subscribe button. Like if you like, comment if you, I don't know. I haven't ended the live, right? So you can't comment when you on the end of the live. Guys, there's a beat that I play every single stream that I have. I laid the vocals down for it. It's getting mixed and mastered right now. So one day I'm going to pop up on this stream and there's going to be some lyrics on it. I am hot. Sometimes it's not about your fans. It's about if you win or not. La, c'est moi. What's that song? What's that old ass song? Fuck, I don't even know. Yeah, 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 Coco Jumbo, yeah, yeah, yeah. Am I starting to show signs that the stream is over? Am I starting to? Push me up, put me down, putting my feet back on the ground. Push me up, take my arms and make me happy. All right, I'm done. Guys, this has been a wonderful recap. Pay-per-view definitely worth the time to cop and watch. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say I'm going to go 3 classics on one card is wild. I give the card a 9-2 overall. This is dope. Dope event. I'm sleepy, guys. You guys take care. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for the subscriptions and all that great stuff. Become a member if you'd like. Rock out to this hit song from me and my boy Marlo Demore before we get out. And I will see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, that's straight. Yeah, 2 guns. 5 guns make it 7. That's a lot of guns. Yo, I got so many guns. Hey. Big body Benz parked in front of the...
Rosenberg is dead next week.
We gon' make it one day. They say Mike P. We thinking of you and I don't count on my beat. Afraid of numbers, my beat. They say they love us, but I gotta make it this winter. I feel stuck in the snow. Drop something, I feel inclined to duck and roll. Keep it a stack. Y'all average as fuck. Small change, get invested.